Hello, my name is Elaine Valance. After our incident with the acrobats, our heroes, including myself, traveled a little bit farther after taking the acrobats' caravan, so to speak, their horses and their cart, and reached Tortuga. There, they came into an inn where they stayed the night, and inside of that inn was a peculiar event that was happening called a brawling pit. Upon making some rooms, JJP went to the barkeep and asked for the kitchen to put his skills as a baker to use for those exchange of those rooms instead of paying like actual gold, since the party itself is low on funds. Terrafast, on the other hand, decided to go watch the brawling pit. Getting near the front, he found himself next to a man in a fin suit. A fine suit? A fin suit? Who wrote this? Anyway, the man asked him several questions, and Terrafast agreed to it. They fought 5 rounds for the prize money, 25 gold piece per match, and he won. On the fifth and final match, he went up against a person who appeared to be human. When the round started, he tried to attack him, but to his surprise, his attack just grazed his opponent. The rest of his attack phased through him. The fight lasted the full 5 minutes, with Terrafast landing 3 good hits and his opponent nearly knocking him unconscious with a blow to his midsection. For that moment, he disappeared and left his cloak suspended in the air while he struck from below. Then his opponent opened his eyes to reveal those of a dragon, but not like any dragon Terrafast has seen. His eyes were black and with the irises being blue. The others were busy doing other things. Osmond was in the holding room tending to the injured, while Davian watched from atop a guard who did not notice he was on top of his shoulders. In the meantime, Natsu and Lane were asleep in the wagon. Or conversing. The rest of the party didn't really know what was going on with that, but I'm just going to say we were just chatting around and then we fell asleep and they ditched us. But anyway, coming out from the ring, Terrafast got the money and the rooms free for the night. Him and Davian then asked to meet with the pit boss and the fighter known only as the Phantom the next day. The festivities were done for the night, so everyone turned in, which finished yet another long day on the trip during this tournament. And the morning rolled around, and as they awoke, they all had breakfast at the bar. Whereas Selene and Natsu realized that they were ditched and had to go into the bar and figure out what their friends were. And Selene, myself, was very angry with the rest of the group, but once realizing food in front of me, I was totally fine. Then they each went into town for several items. Terrafast and Davian were quickly taken to the back upper level during breakfast by the pit boss. Upon entering the room, they were invited to sit at the table with their backs facing the stairs. The conversation started like normal, but then Terrafast and Davian quickly inclined more about the Phantom. The pit boss was getting flustered, and after getting a bow to his face. Wow, Selene here can talk just fine. Bow to his face.
And a knife to his throat.
He squealed like a live pig roasting over an open flame, telling them everything he knew about Daphne, Phantom, and a few other things. Then Phantom chimed in, filling in the blanks. Then, after grabbing the others, they asked if Phantom would like to join them in their trip to Kalendor. Agreeing to their proposal, he gave them one more night in the rooms they had so they could be refreshed for the journey the following day.
Oh, right, there's one more thing. I forgot about the goats. We went shopping, and there's a bunch of goats. Back to the intro.
Okie dokie. So as you guys wake up, you're refreshed. You're ready for this day of adventure. Terrafast and Davian, are going to be going out to get your supplies. As you come down and you walk outside, you are welcomed by a thick, heavy fog. And you can barely see your hand outstretched to your face.
I will look over at Terrafast saying, kind of hard to see. You know this place well enough where we can find the shop still?
Do I look like I'm from around here, Davian? I have no idea where we are.
Maybe we should find someone that can tell us where to go.
All right. So you guys are looking around the inn, trying to find anyone, but being that it is morning, it is not as lively as it is during the afternoons. So the only people there are just you two. Not even the barkeep is at his post.
All right, Davian. Well, we don't have a guide, but I have a bit of something that I am able to do here, at least. And I'll just walk back outside and I'll start casting prestidigitation to make like really gentle wind to at least clear some of the fog in front of us.
All right. So as you conjure your magic and you start pushing and forming the wind and the gentle breeze picks up, the fog doesn't act like fully disperse, but it becomes a little clearer to see. Just barely to where you can make the cobblestone path and streets to uh, see around you.
All right, well that's what I got. You're impressed, I know. What else? What supplies do we need? Do we still need food? We probably still need food. We need a lot of food. There's a lot of us now.
I made more arrows.
All right, then standing, I am going to be 2 feet behind Davian while he tries to find Fletcher so that we can get some arrows.
Okay, so you guys look in either direction. Going straight down, you know it was the bookstore and the few stores that people went to yesterday to get their stuff. But you go left down a little ways, carefully taking each step because of the fog. You see, not but a minute or two later, you see a sign that has like an arrowhead on it, and you can hear the clanking of steel just ticking, ticking, ticking. And both of you realize that that is the sound of a smith.
I think we found it. Let's go in.
Lead the way, friend.
I'll walk up to the door and, go inside.
So you go inside, you see a dwarf, and he's a little taller than most dwarves you guys know of. He's wearing a thick helm over his head. He has a leather apron covered in smudges of soot, and you actually see a few like metal shavings sticking out from the apron. He hears the bell as you enter, just ding 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 ding. He looks up. Morning. What can I do you for?
I'm looking for some arrows.
Arrows. Any specific in mind?
I was hoping for some oak wood, if you have it, with a barbed tip.
Oak wood, I think I got a good bundle of them in stock. How many you wanting?
If you have a dozen.
This just be your lucky day. I've got 2 dozen, that is. Sorry. 2 dozen, that is.
Oh, and how much are you selling?
3 gold a bundle.
3 gold a bundle? May I see them?
I guess. He reaches behind a small stand and he pulls out the 2 bundles of arrows. Yeah, you happy?
I'll take one of the arrows out of the quiver and examine it.
Keeper, can I roll a nature check to see if I was able to recognize oaks around us on our way in?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
That's an 18.
So there were actually more than just oak trees on your way to Tortuga, there were pine, there was maple, there was oak, there was birch, and there, from taking when Davian picked up the arrow, you saw that it was not the right color for oak arrows.
Smith, I don't think we ever got your name.
Folks around here call me Barlow.
Barlow?
Barlow.
Right, Barlow.
Barlow.
All right, Barlow. Is there a reason that you're trying to sell my friend counterfeit oak?
So he just gives you this blank look as he peers past you, Davian, and he goes, "You calling me a thief and a liar?"
Liar, yes. Thief, not so much. Maybe a charlatan.
Fine. 2 gold per bundle.
And you still insist that you're going to charge him 6 gold, or 1 gold for 6 arrows, when you have plenty of oak trees nearby. You're not shipping them in from anywhere. You're not outsourcing them from anywhere. So why is it so expensive?
I'm a dwarf. You should know better, Leonin. Kind.
Dwarf or not. Hold on. Before I say, Keeper, can I do an inspection on these arrows?
Yes, you can.
And that would be perception or what?
That will be investigation.
Let me go to my list. That's a 19.
That's a 19. So as you're looking over this arrow with a careful eye, being that you've been around even finer arrows from your squad, you see that either it must be like a lacquer of some sort that is covering the true color of the oak. The arrowheads are a slightly used iron, just resharpened, and the feathers are that of chicken rather than any other bird.
I'll look at the dwarf and ask him, so how long you been doing this?
Don't insult me, you wood elf.
Call me a wood elf all you want, but if you are willing to sell this as a dwarf, you are in. These are not even worth a gold, let alone.
Fine. Full silver, take the lots. Right. As he turns around and walks back over to his anvil.
My only problem is as an experienced assassin, I can make better arrows than these. So I think I'll be done here.
So okay, he just scoffs and he like waves at you as his back is turned to you from his as he's by his anvil. Are you not taking the arrows then, or?
No.
I'll flip a single gold at him and snicker as I take him and walk out.
He hears the flick of the coin, and you see his reflex. He just catches it like right between his middle and forefinger, and you just see him like the coin just disappear as he wiggles his fingers.
Good luck with your next patrons. And I'll just walk out.
And I will follow behind.
Okay, you're back outside. The fog is still the same. It is now a gentle fog for that time that you did your prestidigitation. For the gentle breeze, you can actually still feel it blowing gently. So you make your way back to the inn.
Yeah, I say we'll go back to the inn.
Do we need any other supplies, Davian?
Not that I know of. I believe JJ took care of the food. We now have enough arrows for both me and the others, so I think we shall be good.
Okay, so you take the few minutes, you make it back to the inn. Osmorn and Selene, are you both awake at this point and downstairs?
Got awake. I'm awake now and got already, and I'm downstairs.
I am the same.
All right. So as Terravas and Davian walk through the open door of the inn, they see you at a table, just enjoying some food. The barkeep is now behind the bar, wiping down glasses. So, if you all are all set to get ready in adventure, would you guys like to hit the road?
I think we all got good enough sleep last night.
I know I did. I'm ready to go.
Agreed. Now who's gonna go get Natsu?
I guess I can. I go up the stairs, knock on the door, open it, and drag Natsu out.
And as you do, he's actually still heavily asleep.
Thud, 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 down the stairs. Got him, guys.
Well, at least he's here.
As Selene walks back down, I'll look over to Terrafest. Might want to give him one of the quivers so we all have enough.
Who else uses a bow here?
Thought Selene did, don't you?
That's my packed weapon.
Oh, never mind. I thought that was your main weapon.
Does guiding bolt count?
I don't think you need arrows to shoot magic out of your hand.
Anyway, let's go on.
All right, so you make your way outside, and you get to your new caravan that you have acquired. You're all set, and you're back on the road. As you are, well, Terrafast is probably going to be steering, right?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Where's the new fellow?
He will be joining you soon.
Alvarin?
Yeah, Aldrin. What do you mean by
He did mention that he was just going to meet up with us.
gotcha.
So, as you're on your way out towards town, going towards Kalendor, the fog is just light enough to see. You see this black dart go across the screen.
Whoa.
Dart across your path, and you hear a
The meow is very familiar to me. I look down and I see a black cat just inside the cart with us, rubbing at my leg. Just magically appeared out of nowhere. And then something everyone can visibly see flip, like remembrance flicker across my face, and I go and pick up the cat. I hold and adjust it to a comfortable left arm position. I bring up my right arm. I turn and point it towards the front of the cart, I guess it would say. As everyone knows me by now, the familiar words to Eldritch Blast could be heard. Yet something was off. My eyes, normally green, is actually dark gray. A dark blue beam erupts from my hand and whizzes past and closely traveling by Terrafas. And then, as all is happening in a very quick second, a sudden dark bolt of energy pierces my chest from the same direction as my blast currently travels, then moments of silence. Arms still raised, my face full of surprise, then realization, buckles to the ground of the cart and collapses onto my side. The cat hops out of my lap and curls up in front of me. And I stare into the distance towards where Leonin is sitting. And everyone can register the fact that my eyes is not full of young vigor as it once had, but one that looks old and beyond years.
And then, my eyelids slowly close.
And after his eyes are closing, you hear this unearthly, like deep, throaty chuckle just echo throughout the town, through this fog.
Can I try and figure out where that sound is coming from?
Yes, you can. Make a listening perception check.
Natty 20.
Due to your keen sense of hearing, you notice chuckle is actually coming not but 25 feet ahead of you, where the fog is just thick enough to where you can't see anything.
So we're all still in the cart, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna dash ahead and try and go and see who's attacking our group.
All right. You quickly hop out of the cart. You dash past the horses into the fog. You disappear from everyone's line of sight. And once more, the chuckle just echoes through the fog.
I turn to Selene and try to get his attention, see if he's okay.
You have no response from him.
I try to find the cat and see what the cat actually is.
The cat is currently snuggled up in his arms, and it looks up at you, and it just goes.
I try to identify the cat.
It is a black cat, but you feel this presence of magic coming from it.
Oh, I use one of my divine sense. I
All
think.
right.
If it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply. But does it apply here? My divine sense.
Yep, it applies. So as you cast your divine sense, your awareness to all the different types of magic are just pulsing into every fiber of your being. As you reach and center it on the cat, you notice that the cat is actually one of the it's a nether cat, in this sense. It is of the netherworld uh, domain where whenever the cat is seen, the one that it rubs up against or stays near is sentenced to death.
For a quick second, do I know where the person is still, seeing as I dash towards him?
Yeah, as you make your way farther ahead, you now are the 25 feet as you suspected, and standing before you is Alvarin. Well, look who shows up.
Now, why did you just do that?
I can't let that prophecy be fulfilled. Now, run back to your wagon before I do the same to you.
And he just stands there, I'm guessing?
Yep, wrapped up in his cloak, nothing. His eyes are closed as well.
All right, I'm going to attempt to go into sneak.
All right, roll your stealth check.
Let's see, what's my modifier for stealth? I think it's an 8, but let's be sure. Yeah, that's a 25.
And he rolled a 29. He notices you trying to dash, and you run into this like solid object, but there's nothing there. Trying to sneak away, huh?
Wait, could you repeat that? My thing glitched out again.
So he rolled a 29 on his perception, and he saw you trying to dash away, or like go into hiding. And as you try to duck into hiding, you actually hit a solid object, but there is like no building, no wall. You just hit a solid object.
What is this you are doing?
Oh, my dear friend, you are good. But now you know too much. You see him put his hands together like he's praying, but he pulls them apart, and you see the shaft of darkness, like the one that's lodged in Selene's chest right now. He picks it up, right? And he goes, and he points it at you, and he goes, "This will hurt." He chucks the bolt at you, and it is speeding towards you.
Can I attempt to dodge?
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Just a straight dex save?
Yep.
To put 22. Does that save me?
Just barely. You see the bolt. You like are leaning backwards, trying to and like go leaning one way, but it happens to pierce itself through your right shoulder, and it's just lodged there. Now, and you can feel the burning sensation just start to like ooze across your shoulder and into your arm and down into your torso. Wow, you're the first one to try and dodge. My bolt normally hits its mark. Um, oh, interesting. That always hits the heart, no matter what. You, my friend, are very, very interesting.
So it feels like just a burning
Like
power
you,
in my arm.
yeah, and it is a heavy burn. Like it feels like you're getting cooked over a campfire kind of burn.
There's no way I can use my bow at this time, huh?
I mean, you probably could.
Well, with the black thing in my shoulder, I don't know.
I mean, you could try.
Screw it, I'll shoot back at him or attempt to.
So as you are prepping your bow and loading an arrow, the rest of the wagon, the rest of the party, rolls up in the wagon just a minute or two later, and they see you drawing your weapon and loading it, and the shadowy figure you are aiming at.
So
What?
do I get a fight?
I was going to
And-
say, what is that?
So the rest of the party arrives. Oh, man. I get to stop this prophecy and take my rightful place. Alright, and with that, you hear him scream as you see his body. He starts transforming. Both of his arms ripped to these like dragon arms. His legs do the same. You see these wings just break out from his back. He's starting to turn into a literal dragon. And once he's done transmorphing, he roars this big and like no fire comes out, no wind is like seen as he's roaring, but he is just very loud, and there is something warming the air around you guys. All right, and with this, roll initiative.
You know, I got to admit, not how I expected my day to go.
I got
Natty
18.
20.
Of course, you get a natty 20.
I'm sorry.
I got an 18.
I got 8.
Well, you are lucky. The dragon is last. So it'll go Davian, Oz, Terrafas, and Phantom the Dragon form. All right. Davian,
Well,
you're up.
I already got my bow drawn, so might as well fire.
All right. Roll to hit.
Modified 20.
That just barely hits. Where are you aiming?
I'm aiming for his eyes.
All right. So you stick your arrow on, you pull it back as fast as you can, and you release it right straight and true towards his eye. And as you watch your arrow fly towards the eye, you just see it pause in midair.
Don't forget, because I went before him in the first round of battle, I automatically crit.
So, but your arrow is moving too fast for it to stay still. It just keeps on going. It's like slow, but then it just sped right back up to normal speed, and it pierces his eye, and he lets out this massive roar. And this time, you don't see fire, you don't see wind, you see this blue flame that looks more like water jettison from his mouth as he is roaring in pain.
Jeez.
Well, as my bonus action, I will hide.
Roll your damage, you Wang.
Oh, 14.
Okay, he takes 14 damage, and you disappear into the fog. And Oz, you are up. Terrafast, you're on deck.
I hop out of the wagon. And how far away is he from me?
He is about 20 feet.
Wish I would have cast something earlier. I cantrip Sacred Flame at him.
Alright. As you launch your fire, roll to hit.
It's a Dex, apparently, the Dex save of 13?
Alright, dex save of 13. He gets a nat 1. So your flame hits him right. Where are you aiming?
Well, I saw him hit the other eye, so I was actually aiming for the other eye.
So your flame reaches his eye. You see his eye just catch fire. But in this case, it's green.
I rolled a 7 on damage.
All right.
And the damage is, I think it's just fire, but
Radiant.
No, it's radiant. Yeah, that's why I was double checking. It's radiant damage. Anyway.
All right. And how much radiant damage does he take?
7 from my roll.
Okay. Is there any other actions you wish to take? Bonus action that lets you do something?
I don't think I really have. Not really sure if I have anything. I like 2 open fighting, like Divine Favor, Healing Word, Searing Smite, and Shield of Faith. So I don't think I can use any of those. Actually, wait. If I can use Searing Smite as a bonus action, I will.
No, it's part of a melee attack that you got to use it.
I thought I had to prep it. Okay, never mind then. Then that's it. I'm done.
All right. Terrafast, you're up.
So, watching him thrash about in pain, is he actually disturbing the fog?
Yes, his wing beats are. And the fog is starting to lift, clear, get blown away. by the wing beats, and the fog is starting to dissipate.
Is he still on the ground, or has he started flying?
He is trying to start flying right now to try and get away from his head being attacked.
All right, then I'm going to fire an arrow with my sharpshooter ability.
Ooh.
No, never mind. I didn't get sharpshooter. Dang it, I thought I did. No, I just thought my wisdom. So yeah, I'll just shoot him.
Alright, roll to hit then.
22.
Okay, that hits. Where are you aiming?
I'm going to actually aim at one of his back claws. And I want to make it a grasping arrow.
A grasping arrow?
Yeah, one of my arcane shots.
Okay. Roll then to, that was, you're already at 22, roll your damage.
So that's 10 piercing damage from the bow, and then 9 poison damage from the brambles as it is wrapped around his foot and is restraining his movement slightly.
Alright, so you have currently stopped him from taking off. He's now poisoned for a decent duration of this fight, and he is... Alright. So you loose your arrow, and all you hear is the... And it hits him in his foot, and once more a roar of agony. And this time it's not water coming out from his mouth, it's actual earth. So now the air is starting to be filled with dust and dirt. And it's starting to rain down like a gentle snow. Alright, so he's going to... He's looking at all three of you, and he opens his jaw, and you see like sparks of energy just dancing in his mouth, and he just releases this massive breath on you of searing heat, but there's no flame. You all find yourself now slowing down to the point where you're like slow motion almost.
Well, this can't be good.
Gee, you think?
So we're all going slower, and it's my turn, I'm guessing?
Yes, it is.
Alright, I am going to attempt to fire another arrow at him.
Alright, what part are you aiming at, and roll to hit?
Is his mouth still open?
Just barely. I'm
aiming for that.
Slowly closing it. Alright. You're aiming for...
I rolled another 22.
Okay, that hits. You knock and release the arrow as fast as like the human eye can probably conceive. And the arrow flies straight and true and goes right into his mouth. He firmly closes his mouth, and all of a sudden you just hear, and you see these puffs of like smokes ejecting from his nostrils as he's like more than likely choking on this arrow somehow.
Oh.
You want to know the damage?
Yeah.
I got 23 damage. Or not 23, 22, sorry.
Oh. Alright. Oz, you're up.
So I dash toward Phantom as fast as I can to get to him.
Okay.
Then I do my bonus action to cast Searing Smite on my sword. And then I swing my sword at him to strike him. So did I plan that out right?
Yeah, that was the right order.
Okay.
What was the damage?
Well, I gotta roll the hit though, don't I? Because Searing Smite just goes onto my sword and it's an after effect if I hit.
Oh, yeah. What was your roll?
19.
Since he is currently choking, he's not paying full attention. Your sword just like it slices like clean halfway through his leg. Like you get it like nice and lodged in there, like it's.
Awesome.
And roll your damage.
Oh, 2 plus 2 is 4, but Searing Smite is 1d6. And that is a 5. And then there's something about the beginning of each turn, which I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm. As you're staring at where your sword is lodged in his leg, you actually see it, your sword, like slowly making its way through, like just a minute, as the cut keeps going, and as your sword just keeps like trying to slice through his leg, you see it just keep nice and slowly going. And we'll move on to Terrafast then.
Just a sec, I need to check my notes.
All right, in 2 minutes I gotta go, so if someone wants to take over for me, I'd appreciate it.
So, damn, my notes don't apply to this one. Screw it. How close is his head to the ground?
It's not close. It's like he's trying to fly into the air. Your thorns are still in his legs, and then so his head's very high up, roughly 25, 30 feet. Maybe he's a really big dragon.
I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to make sure that the horses are stopped. And I'm going to jump into the caravan and I'm going to try to pull the shard, the dart out of Selene's chest.
Okay. So roll me a strength check.
That was a 19 for a total of 21.
Alright, so you successfully dislodged the bolt from his chest. It is actually still solid in its form.
And was that an action or a bonus action?
That was that would be your action.
All right, then I'm going to use the remaining movement I have to get out of the wagon and try to hide behind it.
Okay. So you're gonna hide behind the wagon?
Yeah.
Speaking of, before I forget, hey Keeper, did I take any damage from the one hitting my shoulder?
Oh yeah.
Infinite, you're dead.
No, that would be 3 damage plus then the burning in your arm. That would be an extra 2, so 5 damage in total. So, as Oz's sword is still slowly cutting its way through the leg, that he's still kind of choking. He's no longer choking on the arrow that Davian shot into his throat. All right, so who just went? That would be Terrafast.
Yeah, so it's Phantom's turn.
So, all right, that'd be Oz's turn. No, sorry, it's my turn as the dragon. He is actually going to. He's gonna break free from your poisoned barbs around his foot, and he just rises into the air. Your minds start to like hum, and like it is like a painful headache just form, and all you can hear is "I'll be back," and just you see him just fly away. And as soon as he's out of sight, the rest of the fog just like dissipates and just like forms into like a rain, just
And where's Natsu during all this?
Sleeping in the wagon, man.
probably still in the wagon.
He partied hard last night.
So
Did Phantom head the direction of Kalendor?
Make a perception check for that.
can I do that one too?
Yep.
16.
You said 16?
Yeah.
That'd be a 21.
My good gravy. So
I rolled a
both
17. I'm sorry.
both of you notice he's not heading in the direction of Kalendor. He's actually heading towards the mountains. But with Oz's sword probably in tow. So I think Oz just lost his sword, but actually no. So Oz's sword will finish cutting its way through his leg as he's like flying away from you guys. So his leg just like drops in front of you guys, and it's a big leg.
Where's JJ during this?
Probably on the cart.
Okay.
He partied hard too.
All right. I'm going to go up to Terrafast with the giant black thing still in my shoulder and go, "Can you pull this out for me?" And then I'll look over at Oz and say, "Can you heal me after?"
I'm just gonna grab and plant both feet onto his bicep and his chest and just yank.
All right, roll a strength check. And Davian, make me a Constitution check.
16.
So, what? That was a Constitution save of 16.
Yeah.
All right, Terrafast, what is your strength check?
18.
So Terrafast puts both hands on this bolt and yanks, like without even a warning, not a 1, 2, 3 or a 3, 2, 1. He just goes. And Davian is just like, he doesn't like, you don't like scream. You're just like sitting there in pain.
I mean, you said pull it out, right? I pulled it. Oz, just take care of him, and Oz is going to cast first level cure wounds on him.
And as Davian is watching his wound close up, he notices that it's actually not the same color that of his skin. It's actually now like a more darker patch. Not red, not blue, not purple. It is a now like a almost it's like a gray hole that of where the bolt was.
And I'll go over to Natsu, attempt to wake him up, and have him do investigation thing on where the bolt was, and on the bolt itself.
Yeah. So you all run back to the cart, and as Oz is trying to stabilize the best he can Selene, Davian's like shaking Natsu, going, "Hey, wake up!" And all Natsu is just like, "Huh? What? Oh, oh."
Oh, he's helpful. Did Selene take any damage from his bolt?
Selene's dead. It got him in the heart.
He's dead, like all the way.
He's still probably got some gumption in him. You might want to check on him.
Yeah, Oz is immediately running back to try to cast another cure wounds on.
So
I slowly open my eyes, coughing up dark blood onto the ground. Stop. It's not gonna work. This is fatal. I'm sorry. Terrafast, Osmorn, Natsu, please, come closer. Look at Natsu. Nope, never mind. Terrafast, Osmorn, please, come closer. This was written only to be fulfilled. I then slowly lift up a finger to point to the tomb. I don't have much time left, but you should know. I was only the beginning of another story. I have a request. Go and ask the half-elf for her name. Please give her this. Within my vest, I pull out a rolled-up scroll that has already been inserted into an elegant and carved wooden ring. The ring has the initials SR, which no one knows this, but the lore being my parents' first initials on it. Don't worry about the tomb, for it's one that works within its own time. For now, take what you need, for it's become my turn to walk the labyrinth as the great old one has called for me. I have fulfilled my path that I have chosen. Make sure to defeat the final spirit to break this curse. With that, my eyes grow cold and my body goes limp. A soft breeze makes its way, and on it, one might have even made out Selene's voice. Mom, Dad, I'm on my way.